The average gym loses about 50% of their members on a yearly basis, but the very top performing gyms keep around 80% of their members year round. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact system that separates the normal gyms from these elite performing gyms that keep their retention rates at about 80% on a yearly basis. The beauty of these systems are they're not going to cost you tens of thousands of pounds. They don't require an army of staff to deliver it. They're fairly cheap, they're fairly simple, and once these systems are set up, you can just watch your retention rates increase. Now, if you're wondering who I am and why you should listen to me, my name's Paddy. I own a marketing agency that helps businesses in the fitness industry scale up, and retention rates is one of the first things that we look at when we're looking to scale up a business. These are the very same tips and tricks that we use and put into our clients' businesses to help them scale up. So by the end of this, you'll have all the tools that you will need to improve your retention rates of your fitness business and in turn scale up. Okay, so welcome to my presentation on how to improve fitness business retention rates. Okay, this will be a quick one. Hopefully it's going to be very valuable and very actionable. Okay, we're not going to focus too much on the what. We're going to dive into the how. So yeah, you should be able to walk away with all of this and actually implement it and watch your retention rates increase. So let's get into this. So why is this important? Good question. Well, a lot of people that we deal with often have it backwards in terms of customers and how they should be dealing with their customers. And most people are focusing on how they can acquire new customers before they master retention. Okay, but this is why that's backwards. So we've got some stats here that show why this could be the wrong way of thinking about things. So 73% of companies with an above average customer service perform better financially. 96% of customers say that service is a crucial part of brand loyalty. And the cost of acquiring a new customer is 5 times higher than retaining existing ones. Okay, so those three stats there should show why we should be focusing just as much on trying to retain our customers as we should be to acquiring new ones. Okay, because if we're struggling to acquire new customers, but we can increase our retention rates, then that's still going to massively boost up your business, increase your profit margins, and yeah, it's just going to help your business. So if what you can do is implement a really good customer acquisition system, and you can also increase your retention rates that these people are funneling through to, then that's the golden ticket to business success. But retention rate is just as important as the email outreach that you're doing, or the meta ads that you're running, or the challenge that you're running, and all of these things. Okay, so extremely important. And don't just take it from me. I found a quote here. The key to retention is customer obsession. So as soon as you become obsessed with your customers and their experience and how much they're enjoying being part of your service, your fitness business, either they're a gym member, they're a online coaching client of yours, they're doing a challenge, a program, whatever it may be, as soon as you become obsessed with those people, the better you will become. Okay, and you know, this is a quote from Jeff Bezos. We're not competitor obsessed, we're customer obsessed. We start with the customer and we work backwards. So if it's good enough for Jeff Bezos, it's good enough for me, and I'm sure it will be good enough for you. As soon as we become, like I say, customer obsessed, and we make sure that the results that we're delivering to the customer are our number one priority, then a lot of the other issues within our business will start to sort themselves out. Okay, so that's sort of the how. That's the what. But from here, we can start to go into the how. So the first point of contact with your customer, or the first impression that you make, is crucial. And this is the very first opportunity that you have to show this customer that you are, in fact, customer obsessed. So make the first 30 days exceptional. If the customer has an average first month, 40% of them will cancel in the first 90 days. Okay, so if this first month, this first impression isn't above average for the customer, then by day 90 or before, they probably would have left. So let's make sure that these first 30 days that we've got with this customer are stellar. Okay, so here we go. This is what I have mapped out to be the perfect first 30 days. Okay, and a large part of this is your onboarding process. So onboarding is extremely important. I'm going to get myself out of the way here. I'm going to just go a little smaller for now. So day one. Day one has the biggest list of things to do, because obviously this is literally the first impression. So as soon as that person has handed over their card and they've paid for whatever it is that you've sold to them, that is when they are at their most vulnerable in terms of them feeling regret or nervous or anxious or doubtful about the thing that they have just bought. Okay, as soon as the money goes out of their account, just right then is when they start thinking of all the reasons why they shouldn't have bought, all the other things that they could have spent that money on, and so on. So we want to make it very clear in the customer's mind that they have made the right decision by spending money with us. Okay, and we want to put their minds at rest. So day one, we need to take day one extremely seriously, and there are 6 things on our to-do list. Some of these are fairly self-explanatory. Some of these everyone will be doing, some of them perhaps not. So facility tour. So if you have a physical location, that you have a gym, you have a small group PT gym, give them a tour. We need to do some sort of fitness assessment, so understand where they are right now, basically. Then we need to understand what their goals are, so a goal setting session. So these two work in conjunction with one another, and essentially what we're trying to do here is understand where they are and where they're getting to. Okay, and we want to be completely aligned with our customer, so we are able to be obsessed with them, their journey, and where they're going, where they are right now and where they're going. Introduction to staff members, make them feel part of the family. Some sort of welcome package with freebies, so this could be clothing, free passes for friends. There's loads of different things that you can do here, but make it personal and make it it's another added thing that they can walk away with, so they feel like they're getting more value for what they've just paid for. And finally, a highly personalized reach out from either the manager or the owner. Okay, so the 2 best ones that I find is either a handwritten card or a video. So video is great. Video is probably a bit quicker and a bit easier, particularly if you have some sort of script that you've memorized and you can just get these videos done quickly. But if you're ugly or you don't like being on camera, then you could do a handwritten card. There's no right or wrong here, but the whole point here is that we're doing a personalized reach out, something that is obviously not just some copy and paste blasted email on some automated system. Okay, if we can write their name with our hand, or we can film a video of us saying their name. Hi John, thanks for joining today, really excited. I know you've done your fitness assessment, I know that you've set some goals. These seems like realistic goals. I'm excited to get you there. The next 6 months are going to be life-changing for you. I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure that you get from where you are right now to the goals that you want to get to. That is my number one job. You know, something like that, something that just makes them know that we know who they are, we know where they're at, we know what their goals are, and we are invested in them, and we want them to reach these goals. Okay, and that's going to be a really good way to start their membership or their challenge or their program or whatever it is that they've just bought. So day 7. Okay, now obviously what I'm not saying here is do not speak to them again until day 7. Okay, always sort of have chats, be a normal person, be nice, be approachable, be friendly. But on day 7, we're going to have a personal phone call. Okay, so just call them up. How are you finding it? How are you getting on? Any grievances, any questions that you might have, and we can clear that all up on the phone a week into them being there. We can also, on this phone call, have a progress check. So how are they finding it? Again, have they made any changes? Can they see any differences? They probably won't see any massive differences after a week, but it's good for us to just check in and make sure that we're, again, aligned with the customer. On this phone call, we can address any concerns. So again, we're going to ask them what are the issues that they're experiencing, if any. And if they have some, then we can deal with those. That's also going to be invaluable information for you about your business. If these people find that there's something wrong with the business, something they don't quite like, then you can deal with those things straight away and improve your service and in turn add value to your business. And then we can also invite them to some sort of community event. So community events are really, really good to building a community feeling within your gym, particularly if you're a bit of a smaller gym, a small group PT gym, for example, or a CrossFit gym, something like that. Having community events is a really good way to allow the people that are turning up week in, week out to just gel together. And when people feel like they're part of a family or part of a community and they're more invested, it's going to be so much harder for them to walk in and then cancel that membership, because they feel not only are they letting themselves down by not carrying on attacking their fitness goals and progressing in the way that they have been, but also they feel like they're letting down the family or the community that they are now a part of. So this is really key, not just for making your work life funner and just being part of a family, but also it will increase your retention rates because people just feel bad about breaking up from a family. Okay, breaking a relationship, breaking up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or ending some sort of relationship is so much harder than just cancelling a gym membership. So if we make them feel like they're almost in a relationship with our community, it's going to be so much harder for them to break away from that. So that's after 1 week. 2 weeks in, it's a very similar kind of process, okay? But the whole point of these sort of day 1, day 7, day 14 is we're just constantly checking up with them, okay? And by the time we've got to the first month, the end of it, we've checked in with them at least 4 times on sort of more of a professional basis, in that we're there, we've called them up, we've asked them these questions, and they feel like they're asking them, we're noting them down, we're keeping them somewhere safe, so we have a track of where they're at, okay? And we care about them just as much as they care. So anyway, day 14, we're going to introduce group classes. So if they're not doing group classes, we're going to introduce them to those. Again, it's going to be easier for them to become part of the community if they're joining in with these group classes, working together with people. Connect with other members. We're going to be able to do that within these group classes. If you have a private Facebook group or some sort of private group, add them to that. Share success stories. So either share their success stories with your group, or let them know about other successes that are happening for other members, and they can then see everyone that's part of this community celebrate that one person. That's going to then make them want to be that person that is being celebrated. So that's just going to fuel them, make them more motivated. It's going to help them reach their goals, and that's also going to just make them stay for longer at our gym. And then further progress checks. So again, we're just checking up. We need to be always 100%, or as close as we can be, aligned with that customer and where they are. We know where they started, we know where they want to be. So where are they now on this journey at the 2-week mark? And then finally, on day 30, at the end of the month, we do an assessment comparison. So a month is a good enough amount of time to maybe see some sort of change. So we can see where they're at. Maybe this is progress pictures. Maybe this is sort of measurement of particular body parts, or a weigh-in, something like that. And we can see where the progress is. We can do a goal adjustment. So if they're already on track to beat their goals, or they're maybe they're not quite on track and we need to just scale back the goals, or they're absolutely smashing it and we need to make our goals more ambitious, we can do that. We can celebrate their early wins. So it's going to be ideal if we can find something positive within their 30-day journey, so we can try and celebrate it, okay? And we also want to try and make this celebration quite public. So if we have these private group chats, we can take a picture of our new member, tell the people in our community the goal that they have achieved, and then everyone else can celebrate them within this private community. That's going to make it feel so much more celebrated by the member. They're going to feel more celebrated, should I say. Then we're doing some long-term planning. So maybe we did a 3-month plan, but now we're maybe starting to think about what the next 6 months is going to look like, 9 months, maybe even the year. And we can get that written down, just penciled in. You know, we don't have to say like, this is where you're going to be in a year, but just to have that long-term vision and that long-term goal for them. Also, by planning that far in advance, again, it's going to be harder for them to cancel on it, because they feel like they now have a plan for the next year. And if they were to leave within the next year, they're sort of letting down not just you, but like the ideal self that they're getting to at the end of the year. So if their yearly goal is to have lost 10-15 kilo, if in month 6 they want to leave, they're not just letting down the community, but they're letting down themselves and the idea that they could be that 10-15 kilo less body weight version of themselves within the year, if you see what I'm saying. So this is going to help them stick around for longer when they have these long-term plans. And then again, we're going to do another very highly personalized reach out, 1 month celebration. So again, like in day 1, we're doing either a handwritten card or a video. So again, pick which one you prefer. And this is just going to basically be a bit of a celebration. We can also say thanks for sticking around for a month. Hope you've enjoyed it. We can include their early win that they've had and congratulate them on that. Talk about their goals and so on. So that's what that looks like. And that is what we call the perfect first 30 days that is going to increase your retention rates. And the beauty of these things is as soon as people join, okay, you can't automate these highly personalized reach outs and things like that, but you can automate systems whereby you will just then get notifications through to your phone, to your email, and it will just give you a list of tasks that you can do. So this member has been here for 14 days. tasks to do. Introduce the group classes, make sure they connect with other members, add them to the Facebook group, share success stories, and do a further progress check. And you can just get these things automatically sent to you. And then what you can do at the end of the day, or you can allot an hour of the day where you think, okay, here is going to be my retention rate improvement time. And in this, I'm going to make sure that I am doing my customer obsession work. I'm going to make sure that I'm checking in with as many of the customers that I need to make sure that I'm aligned with them. They know that I care, because this is actually it is really high ROI stuff. You might think that, oh, I have classes to run, I have emails to reply to, I have ads to build out, I have ads to manage, whatever it may be. But the ROI on these tasks, maybe it might be harder to track immediately, but you look back at doing it after a year and you look and see the LTV of your customers increase because your retention rates are going through the roof, then you'll see how much of an ROI this sort of productivity, you'll see how much of an ROI these, even half an hour a day just to do this stuff, it's going to have such a big impact on your business. So highly recommend. So after sign up, these are some good ways where you can try and keep your customers engaged. As long as people are engaged, they're constantly going to feel like they're part of a community. So regular assessment schedules, so monthly progress pictures, quarterly fitness assessments, goal updates every 90 days. Okay, so this is simple stuff. It's not groundbreaking by any means, but by having a continuous progression and change within the plan, people feel as if what they're doing is custom and personalized to them and where they're at. Okay, if we give someone a plan on day one and then it gets to month 6 and they come to us and they say, what should I be doing? And you say, oh, well, you've got the plan that we gave you. They're just going to feel like they're not doing the right thing. You don't really care that much. So if we can continuously change and update based on where they're at, that's going to help out. Community building, I've already covered how important a community is and how this is going to really increase your retention rates. But good ways of doing this is monthly challenges, social events, member spotlights, and referral rewards. It's a mouthful. So yeah, simple stuff. We can see why that's going to build a community. Hopefully we can. And community is just, it is one of the best ways to increase retention rate. So definitely make the most of that. And then we've got communication strategy. So weekly cast schedule updates, monthly newsletters, birthday messages, and achievement celebrations. So again, making your celebrations of your members very public, so other members within the group can also celebrate with them. Birthday messages are always a nice little added touch. Monthly newsletters, these can just be automatically sent to your entire mail list. It doesn't take too long to write out a monthly newsletter, and this doesn't have to be anything sort of educational or anything like that. It can just be, this is what's happened at the gym, these are our plans going forward. You can include your celebration lists in there, and yeah, it doesn't have to be a dissertation, it doesn't have to be a 1,000 words. This can just be quick, simple, half a page, just to update the members on where you're at, where the gym's at, and what they can expect in the future. Okay, so that's how to keep them engaged. Now, another thing that we should try and think about doing is just think out of the box and be a little bit original. Okay, so just do something a little bit different that is going to stick out into your members' mind. Okay, a lot of businesses, not just in the fitness industry, but a lot of businesses do the personalized reach outs or call them at the end of the first month and see where they're at and all these things. So yes, these make a massive difference, and a lot of businesses don't do these things. But if you really want to be in that top 5, 1%, whatever, then the more outside of the box that you think, the better it's going to be. Or maybe not think outside the box is maybe not the best way of putting it, but just going that extra mile, okay, providing that little added value to your customers is really going to go a long way. So some ideas on how you can bring value to your members that aren't just cookie cutter approaches: free educational workshops, nutrition guidance, or even nutrition workshops as well, recovery sessions, community events, and then partner perks and discounts. Okay, so a very quick implementation plan for a stellar onboarding system, and there is a spelling mistake there. But yeah, that's supposed to say stellar onboarding system. So step 1, audit current retention rate, set up tracking system, train staff on new protocol. So essentially the training on the new staff is, I want you to become customer obsessed. Now we could create some sort of SOP, standard operating procedure, for that, on how that might look. But if we can show them what the first 30 days is supposed to look like, they can get a very clear understanding of what this is. You need to explain to them why we're doing it, and they can then follow suit. But the crux of it is, I want you to be obsessed with our customers, and that's the main thing. Also, if we can get an audit of our current retention rate, then we can see what kind of impact this strategy actually has on our bottom line. Step 2, implement onboarding system, create assessment schedule, design community events. Okay, step 3, launch communication strategy, set up automations, begin member spotlights. Now, there are so many different softwares that you can use to set up automations for the day 1 texts, the day 7 text, the day 14 text, or automate the messages that come to us to remind us of the things that we need to do. CRM systems, we use a system called Go High Level, really powerful. So many tools and different things that you can do on that bit of software for not a lot of money. So Go High Level is something that we definitely recommend. That is what we use also, so I can't sort of suggest that highly enough. We haven't had much experience with others because we've got Go High Level, we're happy with it, it's worked for us. So there are other options, that's not the be all and end all, but I can recommend that strongly because I have a lot of experience with it. And then review initial results, adjust where needed, scale successful elements. The main thing that I want you to take away from this is this slide, okay? So the key to retention is customer obsession and the little Jeff Bezos quote. As soon as you become customer obsessed, okay, even if you don't do all of these perfect first 30 days and you don't do all of these things, but you are genuinely obsessed with your customers and their results and the journey that they're going on whilst they sort of do your service, so do your program, do your challenge, be a member at your gym, be a client for your online coaching business. If you are genuinely obsessed with every single customer that you have, then your business will do so much better. Okay, especially if you're not already customer obsessed, then the impact that's going to make on your business is going to be monumental. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. That's everything on retention rates and how it can improve your business. So from here, you should have all the tools that you need to at least start thinking about how you can increase your own retention rates. I've given you an example of the perfect first 30 days that we implement to our clients' gyms to improve their retention rates. You do not have to follow it. If anything, it would be better for you to go and think about the reason why we're doing things and then create your own version so it's personal to you and your gym and your business. Now, if you want to take your fitness business to the next level and you want us to implement this retention rate system that you've seen on this video here, and not only that, but you want us to systematically bring in new customers for you on a monthly basis, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below. That's going to take you to our sales funnel. On there, there'll be a quick video of me explaining how we might be able to help out your fitness business, help it grow, help it scale. The whole point of that, it is a sales funnel. So the whole point of that funnel is to get you to book a call with me. We can have a chat about you, your business, make sure that we're a good fit. And then from there, if we decide to continue on, then we can. But that's only for a small percentage of you. If not, that's fine. No worries. It's there if you need it. I'm just happy you've made it to the end of the video. Hopefully you found it valuable. Hopefully you implement some of the stuff that I've spoken about on this video and start to see a difference in your business. So yeah, good luck. Cheers.